What's up, everybody? This is the Information Man Show. Welcome. I know it's an impromptu stream tonight. I usually don't go this late, but we're going to get into, I'm going to try to make this as efficient as possible to get to the point as possible, not to hold you all night long, everybody. So I want to thank you for being here. Let's get into it. Well, Umar Johnson has been quite a saga for us, everybody, as you know. We already went over it some weeks ago. Umar comes out and says that, that the buildings are being auctioned off, and he makes the claim that he doesn't know how this happened, what's going on. Nobody's giving him any notice. Let's just break it down. Umar said, I don't need to play the video because y'all know. Umar said that he didn't receive any letter in the mail. Umar said he didn't receive any email notice. Umar says that he called the mayor. He called all the officials in Wilmington, Delaware, and got no answer. Now, if y'all believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I could sell you on the cheap. If y'all believe that, you know everybody in this chat room knows that anytime the government, the federal government, the state government, the city government, anytime they're looking to get money out of you, they're gonna do everything they can to let you know you owe them money. Umar's claiming he didn't get a phone call or nothing. Once again, we have proven, everybody on these YouTube streets that have been doing streams about Umar, we have proven that the man is a complete liar. He lied to us once again, saying that he didn't know what was going on, making a big complaint about them taping it to one of the buildings, right? Claiming that one letter got taken off of the building and that it got given to the YouTube struggle streamers, right? And then remember, Umar made a statement saying, how could they put a notice on the door of the properties in a low-income neighborhood? That shows you how much he really thinks of the people that live in this neighborhood. I said that in my other video. Now, I've had time to give some thought about Umar Johnson, and honors, we've talked about this. You know, everybody put sevens in the chat room if you remember hearing Umar talking about an exit strategy plan. Remember, he talked about, hey, I may have to run to Africa. If I build this school, I can't stick around. I got to get out of Dodge. Now, I wouldn't put it past Umar to purposely let the property go on the vacant list, to purposely not pay the liens or the fees that he owes the city of Wilmington, Delaware. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that in order to create an optive and create a situation in which he can get out of the responsibility of building these schools that he's been building, a school that he's been poetically waxing to us for damn near 20 years now. He knows that he can't build these schools. He knows he doesn't have the expertise to do it. He's been lingering and languishing with these buildings for over 6.5 damn years now, going on 7 years, close to that. He's been playing this game over and over again, and Umar knows he ain't going to be able to do it. So what better way, this is just my theory, to come up with a plan to say, how can I get out of this situation, but how can I make myself a victim? How can I now blame it on white supremacy? Because he blamed it. He said that they didn't give him a notice and that it's racism. He said that they moved the price of registration to come off the vacancy list. They raised it from $5,000 to $12,000, right? He also said that he was given a waiver. And I also read to you, you can't get a waiver. You cannot get a waiver without taking care of certain things. He didn't get a waiver because he didn't take care of the business prior. Remember, to get a certification of occupancy, because he wants to occupy the premises. He kept talking about, I'm going to put the floor down. We're going to lay the tile down, everybody, and we open it up in September. To do so, that involves obtaining necessary building permits, passing final inspections, and potentially addressing any violations or necessary repairs and certifications to be able to occupy such buildings. Okay, so the buildings have to be safe, legally, right, to occupy legally for anybody living there or doing business. Now, I said this in my previous video because this came right out of Wilmington, Delaware's policies, okay? We're going to get back to more policies because I've got some policies right out of Wilmington, Delaware as it relates to what is their procedure when trying to notify you that you owe them money. Umar Johnson continues to lie, continues to move the goalpost, the ball, whatever we want to call it, and the truth is not in him. That's why on this thumbnail, you have one picture of Umar. You have another picture of Umar with the devil's horn because Umar is like a chameleon. He puts on an act. He acts like he's this big black power man, this big Pan-African who's 100% for black folks when he's on these podcasts. Then behind closed doors, as Ms. Staxs was telling us, he's a whole nother other person. We got plenty of people who donated money to Umar, who tried to get their money back, and Umar would block you. He would do everything he can to disavow from recognizing that you gave him money. Remember King Randolph? He ripped King Randolph off. King Randolph had Umar booked to come and speak, and he took that man's money. I've got a clip from King Randolph talking about how he was completely transparent when building his school. He started his school right out of his house. Now, there was a video that I discovered, everybody, and I wished I would have clipped that video. There's a husband and wife who decided to go into the community of their own free time in a community center and teach kids how to write cursive. How many of you in the chat room have heard about this, that a lot of our kids don't know how to write cursive? Now, even though they're using computers and everything, you still should have that skill. Well, they went into the community. They don't have a lot of money of their own time to work with kids. And you see them working with kids on this particular area. We've never seen Umar working with kids, nothing. We do have a video of Umar talking nasty and cheesy to kids and even saying, I'm going to call the police. Isn't that something? We do know, and we have video of Umar saying that a certain percentage of our youth are going to have to be deleted for good, for good. For good. You know how Umar gets down. So everybody, tonight, I know it's late, but stay with me. I have plenty of great video to show you. We're going to get right to the point. We're not going to hold you here, but I have to give you my opening dialogue here because this is where we are today. Umar is a complete liar. He has been exposed. Even the chief deputy, Daniel Walker of Wilmington, Delaware, has come out, wrote a letter. There was a brother on these YouTube streets, and I corresponded. I left him a message on this video. I plan to get him on my channel to interview him about the process that he went through to write this letter. This is the brother right here who should be getting the credit. I know people have been talking about this, but this is the brother. Basic Black Podcast. He's got 179,000 subs. Y'all should go over there and sub to him. He's the brother that took the time to actually write Mr. Daniels. Now, this is Brother Walker when he was just a tad bit younger on here. And here he is now, right here. Just a little bit slight difference. And there he is right there. And then I looked to see if this guy really existed. This was from his what do you call that page, that business page that people use? Here he is, Daniel Walker, MSM, Deputy Chief of Staff, Wilmington, Delaware, the United States. This is the brother who's in charge of their communication and the procedures that they go about when trying to communicate with people in the community when it comes to fees, outstanding fees that you owe. Now, Mrs. Staxs, who has been on Leonard Honor's program, and shout out to her, shout out to him. She said in a recent video that she put out exposing Umar, and I'm going to play that tonight, that there were other public officials in Wilmington, Delaware, who were trying to work with Umar and give him a chance. So these people were actually, before they decided to say, you know what, you got 20 days, man, to pay the $38,000. Let's put it up here again. To pay the $38,388.22. What I gotta say, everybody, this is a damn shame. A damn shame that this man has not paid and done what he was supposed to do all the way back to 2016. Now, remember, take warning to all persons having claims to have any title, interest, or liens upon within describing the premise, taking warning that unless the judgment for the taxes assessment stated herein is paid within 20 days after the date hereof, or within such period of 20 days, evidence of the payment of the taxes or assessments herein claims shall be filed in the office of the prohibitor, which evidence shall be in the form of receivable bills or duplicate thereafter bearing dates prior to filing. This is Wilmington, Delaware. This is the filing against Umar. I'm not going to keep going over that because everybody has heard that and knows what's going on. Now, this brother right here, Daniel Walker, I want to go back to him, put his picture back up here. This is what I got some of the clips from what he wrote. I'm going to let this brother from Basic Black Podcast speak to you all, but I want you all to see a little bit of what I got some of the receipts up here. Dear Mr. Walker, this is Basic Black Podcast who wrote to him. I hope this message finds you well. I am reaching out to seek clarification regarding recent claims made by Umar Johnson. He has alleged that the city has ignored multiple requests concerning an outstanding balance appropriately $20,000 for the two campuses, right? But we know it's higher than that. I'm going to stop it right there and let that brother do the talking with you in just a moment. Now, he started off like this too as well. To clarify the timeline of events, October 24th, L&I sent email to proper owner, Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm not going to say doctor, requesting completion of the water request. January 1st, 2025, deadline to request waiver for 2024 registration cycle had passed. April 2025, property owner submitted 501c documentation and photos, but did not submit former waiver application. Didn't Umar Johnson tell us that he had a waiver and that they didn't honor the waiver? Everybody put sevens in the chat room if y'all remember Umar Johnson telling us in that video, in my other video, and videos that you've seen, that he put in a waiver form. I want to say peace and respect to everybody in the chat room. Yalpo, Alicia, everybody that's here. Black Wolf. What's going on, Black Wolf? We got some in the Cookie Crush chat room that's in here as well. Everybody, Golden Melanin. Everybody that's in the house, Last Call. MZ Kim, Blings and Bar. Make sure y'all check out her channel. She has a channel for the ladies who like jewelry and fine, clothing and jewelry. She has a channel where she sells fine jewelry and things of that nature. And she does it like you see on television where they have the, where you can buy stuff. So she has very affordable things. Check her out. Everybody in the chat room coming through. Miss Independent, thank you for being here. William Martin, another CG. Oh, CG is in the house. Everybody, FBA Forevermore. Malik, Adu, Muhammad, I see you, my brother. Everybody, I need to get back into where we are going with this tonight because I don't want to keep you guys, you lovely brothers and sisters, all night long. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I thank you for that very much. Let me move over here and hit this. Thank you for the super chat. Prager, thank you for that super chat again. I'm going to clap again. And for you, Prager.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. Now let's get back on point here. Now, everybody, because I don't want to keep you. Then this right here is an example of the brother that I'm going to play for you who put this in his description of his title of his video. Thank you for reaching out to see responses and timelines. Unfortunately, the statements made by Umar Johnson are incongruent or inconsistent with the city of Wilmington has issued numerous communications, and I'm going to have the brother read to you exactly what those things were. August 5th, 2025, due to continued non-payment and non-compliance, an auction notice was issued in accordance with the city code, which is 3438B. 3438B is the city code. Any of you can look that up. Umar is a complete liar, everybody. This is the Information Man Show. You know we're going to give you nothing but information.
Tell the truth.
And the truth and tell you the truth over here. Now, let's get to the video in question because I got lots of goodies for you tonight. Once again, this brother right here has stepped out. He is in the politics of Delaware, Wilmington. He's a real person. You can look him up. This is no joke. This is no clown. This is no, capping right now. The man is the real official there, and he is one of the people that's in charge of letting you know when your ass owes something, amongst other things, because he's chief deputy, of staff, within the government in Wilmington, where Umar has planted his fat you-know-what, Let's get into it. Also, make sure that you see Mrs. Mary. I've left her messages on her video, commenting to her. Definitely would like to talk to her on this channel as well. She released that the movie that she did with Umar Johnson called The Awaken. That is a picture of him right there. And remember when she was on Honor's channel, she said that Umar was trying to get into the panties of every female on the cast. Every female he was messing around with, they were going to his room, allegedly. And she said that the women kept complaining to her because they realized that Umar was just using them all for sex as they were comparing notes with each other and saying, oh, shit, he did that to you. This is the shame of a man who has no class, a man who is devilish, as you see him with the horns right there. Elite, let's see. Malik Abdul Muhammad says, IMS, I would be honored to come on your show, break down all of Umar's violations and nonprofit LLCs and construction. I've been making rounds and licenses and all. Brother, I'll definitely have to go in the back of send me an email. I have email on this channel. If you go to my about section of this channel, you'll see the email where you can click to get to the email. Send me an email, and maybe we can make that happen, my brother. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. So this is what we should be doing. And I got these off of Mrs. Staxs' Instagram. Says right here, defund FDMG. Why continue supporting someone who has clearly demonstrated they are not financially responsible, right? And he's not. He's been devilish. He's been playing games. And you see this patch right here? This is the legitimate patch of the FDMG. This is unfortunately not going to come to fruition. This is the Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey. And by the way, just so y'all know, Frederick Douglass was not a Pan-African. Just let's let that be clear. That's part. He was not a Pan-African. But Umar has incorporated him into the school. And remember, he's lied and said that he's related to Frederick Douglass when he's not. It was his father that you see on the screen right here who lied to him, as I told you before in the last video, lied to him and told him all these years that he was related to Frederick Douglass. The family told Umar to stop saying that because they didn't know who this ninja was. His father eventually took a DNA test and admitted that they weren't related to Frederick Douglass. So I just want to remind people of that, some of the disgusting things that Umar has been doing. Umar also has been saying that there's a war against him. So this is what he's been doing on his social media. He's putting out things like this: Save Our School, Earth Day, donations, PayPal me, FDMG Academy, no struggle, no progress, right? Then he's even selling little bags like this: Help us, save FDMG, PayPal. This man would not be having to do all of this if you had paid your bills. Then you got people defending Umar. Does anybody that criticized Dr. Umar actually know the difficulty of opening a 100% private school? Hold on to your horses, everybody, because I'm coming right back with that, because I got a video by China Fox, who she said something that I completely agreed with on her own channel. Shout out to her. That made complete sense. When you criticize, Umar Johnson has been doing a lot of funky stuff, and you got people that criticize people who are telling you what he's doing, but yet they're making excuses for Umar Johnson's behavior. And we're not going to do that over here. We're going to hold the man accountable. Another thing to remind you of, Honors had this as well, and I'm going to read this. Past due fees are not subject to request of waiver. All past due balances must be paid in order to receive a waiver of the current year fees. Additionally, all properties must be registered to receive a waiver of registration fees. But what I'm here to tell you, everybody, is that Umar Johnson, according to Daniel Walker, the deputy chief of the staff, he said that Umar, according to their paperwork, Umar Johnson never even applied for a waiver. Once again, lying. Okay, so now let's get to the video that you're waiting for, the video that I think some of you have probably seen, but still we need to examine this. Umar, where's the school, man? Where's the school? You've been playing this game for much too long now. And so we're going to expose you a little bit more, shall we, everybody? Let's get into that such video right now. Check it out. And I appreciate everybody in the chat room supporting this channel, subscribing to this channel, sharing this video. Make sure you share. You know how YouTube is. They like to suppress us. Let's get into it right now. Check this out.
To everybody who's given money to Dr. Umar Johnson, I strongly advise you stop. In an effort to try to figure out what the situation is, I reached out to the city of Wilmington, Delaware, and I had correspondence with with Daniel T. Walker, who is one of the managers and deals with communications and whatnot. I received the email back from him about an hour ago. And pardon me if I look away from the screen, so I'm actually looking at a different monitor, but I want to read this to you. Unfortunately, the statements made by Dr. Umar are simply untrue and inaccurate. City of Wilmington has issued numerous communications concerning the two properties, and the communication from the property owner has been infrequent and scarce. Our goal is to simply ensure the properties come into compliance with existing regulations. This is true of our approach to every property in Wilmington and ensures our buildings are safe and constructed adequately.
Now, anybody put sevens in the chat room. Do you think that those buildings in Wilmington that Umar has foolishly purchased with black people's money, telling you to hit the PayPal, do you think that this man has been responsible in picking these type of properties in a Browning environmental impact zone, in picking these buildings in an area where there's I think a federal prison, picking these buildings and spending black people's money? He hasn't spent any of his money, just black people's money, picking these buildings in an area that has high crime and drug and all these sort of things for black boys who he claims he's trying to save, and that he's the only one that has the answer to. Do you think by putting sevens in it? Do you believe that that the buildings are not safe from what you've seen with your own eyeballs? Those of you that have physically been there and what you've seen with the eyeball taste, put sevens if you agree with me. They don't seem safe at all. There's nothing safe about you having ceilings that still have no tile in it. Trash over in the bigger building that's supposed to be the quote unquote high school. Remember when Umar had I just want to remind y'all of something. Remember when Umar had the block party and they were in the small gym and there was some weird buckling in the surface, water. There was water leaking. There was buckling. There's mold. And if you got mold, that is serious. People can get sick with mold. Do y'all agree with what I'm saying? So Umar wouldn't fit any of those things, which is probably why he didn't even submit a waiver or because he knew he wasn't going to pass any inspection. What y'all say? What's going on, FDMG Ghana? It ain't going to happen, FDMG Ghana. It's not going to happen. Spades, what's going on since the 93? He should never brought those buildings. Right. RY, what's going on? The crack house from 1990s were safer than his buildings. I don't say school, but buildings. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Tell the truth.
Now let's get back to what this brother is saying again.
Yeah. We have a process to follow. The motion notice he received is another step that we will process. We invite Dr. Umar along with every property owner to communicate with our offices and determine the appropriate next steps of any property that enters in this phase of enforcement.
Now, didn't Umar Johnson tell us? Didn't he tell us, ladies and gentlemen, that he called the mayor's office, that he's been sending them emails and correspondence and calling them and he's getting no answer? And then he wants to waste just think about it. He's wasting black people's time by telling you to protest, telling you to get out there and call the mayor of the city. All of it is total cap. Umar Johnson ain't doing nothing because he hasn't done nothing. He tells you everything, but not a damn thing that you need to really know, such as he never shows you the books. He never shows you where things are happening. Let's continue with this.
Even this week, our office has contacted Dr. Umar, and I want to scroll down a little bit. Y'all got to forgive me. I got to get some. The office has contacted Dr. Umar this week and has, let's see, inviting him once again. So he's lying to you.
The brother from Basic Black Podcast, shout out to him again. He's the one that broke this originally. Even though we got folks who then got the little paperwork that they put on the screen. I did the same thing. We must give credit to Basic Black Podcast. He's the one who wrote to the city and to Daniel Walker to get this kind of information. He just said that Umar Johnson, the devil himself, he just told you that Umar Johnson was even invited, but he told you and me that nobody has responded to him and that y'all should get out in the streets and protest because it's racism. That's what this clown has told y'all. Continue.
Inviting him once again to comply with our regulations and speak with our delinquent accounts team and Department of License and Inspections to determine the path forward. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prince of Pan-Africanism is a liar. The Prince of Pan-Africanism is a liar. The Prince of Pan-Africanism is a liar and a grifter. And if you are giving money to Dr. Umar, he is unfortunately another one of these paper doctors who are out here grifting. I've reported about this numerous times, and you normally don't get the press and pub that it deserves. But as a service, I'm gonna ask everybody who's listening to the Basic Black Podcast and who's listening on this Instagram video and who's listening on this YouTube video, who's listening regardless of where the platform states, follow, like, and subscribe. I mean, I'm joking with the headscarf and whatnot, but we really have to address how we're looking at grifters in our community. No one is immune, and there are others who have claimed to build projects and
Facts.
museums and whatnot
Facts.
that aren't really too far behind Dr. Johnson. For anybody saying that this is BS and whatnot, I'm gonna try to turn my camera around. Probably can't see it well, but that is the email that I'm reading from, and I'll be more than happy to provide it, and I'll put it in the link in this video. So everybody, beware of who you give your money to.
You hear what he said? Beware of who you give your money to. And we've been giving money to Umar for years. Now, I'm going to admit something that I have admitted
Tell the truth
before. And that is, at one point in time, I was a supporter of Umar Johnson in the early beginning because he seemed like he was onto something. But as the years pass, you start to realize the guy is just grifting, like the brother said there from Basic Black Podcast. He's just grifting, and he's taking advantage of Black people's generosity. You notice how Umar has been disrespectful. Remember, there's video clips. Honors has these video clips where Umar Johnson has even had the audacity to say, if it wasn't for you ungrateful Negroes, that he would have more money. If it was not for, he said trifling. This is how he talks to us. He said, if it was not for you trifling Negroes, that he would have more money for the school. Hit sevens in the chat room if you all remember when he said those statements. Shows you the lack of respect that he has for the very people that have supported him. Let me put this stat up here right now. This stat right here is from the last stream that Lennon Honors had. And this is a question that Lennon Honor had asked everybody in the Cookie Crush chat room that night. And see if y'all all remember this. He said, why did Umar delete the video, and where he admitted that the FDMG bandos are about to be auctioned off? It's right here. He exposed himself as a con man, 14%. He knew people would see the lie, 11%. He was afraid of criticism, 6%, right? Now, the poll was completed by 6.4 thousand people on Honor's channel that night, right? All of the above, 67% of people voted all of the above on that situation. That is something else. What's going on to brother Just Bobby Bowman with the super chat, brother? Thank you very much.
Thank you for the super
I hope
chat.
you're doing very well, my brother. He says, he's my donation for you. Yeah, but this is the thing, though. I'm not going to lie to you about any donations you give me goes back into the show, into the look of the show, into the programming. I'm not going to sit up here and take your money and BS you. And if you notice, when I go live, I don't say to people, give me money, give me money. People give me money because they want to give me money, because they appreciate the stream, they appreciate what I'm doing. And then I say, you know what? I appreciate you for giving me a donation. I appreciate you. But I don't browbeat people. Give me money, give me money. That's not my style on YouTube, right? Not my style. I just appreciate the support that I get, because you all are working hard to make your money, so we have to be appreciative. But Umar Johnson is not appreciative of the donations that he gets from people. Remember when he was outside with the scarf, with the Haitian scarf on, and he kept telling y'all, you know what, we're going to have a cookout. How you going to have a cookout when you owe money? There should be, but then again, Umar's not going to spend his own money on a cookout. He's going to want Black people to supply him with such money. Here we got Umar. Remember, Umar had this outfit on in his car, last video he did, and you see the ghost in the back. I think Tariq Nasheed had this on his thumbnail. I clipped part of it because I thought it was funny, because you got a ghost in the back, because those abandoned buildings look like what? A haunted house. I mean, it looked like a haunted house. You got roaches, rats, you got all kinds of things. Remember, Honor said that there's video where Umar Johnson didn't know that his phone was still recording, and somebody came out of one of the rooms in the building, and Umar said that you put sevens in the chat room if y'all remember this. Umar told the guy that you blow out the smoke or the fire or whatever. They was in there smoking, getting high on something. And Umar didn't realize that he still had his phone recording, and you heard Umar once again in a rent-a-car, and he said, shit. He said a word because he realized, shit, my damn stream has been running this whole time, and you seen him with some weird-looking dude coming out of the... You got a lot of shady stuff going on that's been going on up there on your money, on your dime by this man right here, and it don't make any sense at all. It don't make any sense at all. Let's get back into some more truth here. Let me put this up. How many of y'all remember this? This is a clip. This is Umar Johnson who said these things. Construction on the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy has been complete. Johnson confirmed. He's lying again. He said this some years ago, and I clipped this. That truth, he said, came with a bittersweet report. Though FDMG is still not open for classes, Johnson challenges black tradesmen in particular to offer their pro bono services. He's always expecting someone to do something for free. And we know that Umar has turned down things that people wanted to do for him. So pro bono services in an area of HVAC. Remember the whole HVAC saga? Plumbing and electric work so FDMG can be ready in 3 weeks. This is back when it was supposed to be open a long time ago, y'all. I'm reading you his statements. There's one problem, Johnson said. I have not come across black folks who are willing to donate their time. That's a lie. And y'all know that's a lie. Put sevens if y'all know that's a lie. So we have to raise enough money to pay market rate for those repairs. He estimated that he needed to raise about $300,000 in addition to fundraising for work. If we had some black folks, this is Umar, they quoted Umar in this article. If we had some black folks who were willing to donate their time, the school would be up and running in 3 weeks. Lie. This is something that he said some years ago, y'all. Repeated. Johnson, who said that the type of issue is unique to black people, and he he chimed it up to he chalked it up to being one of the psychological residential of slavery. See, he's blaming black people and saying because we've been slaves, that's why we don't want to help him. He's such a liar. Now check this out. I had to highlight this. Check this out. This is what he said, everybody. If I were Mexican, the school would be done. So he's saying that Mexican people work harder than black people. That's what Umar Johnson is saying. He's talking white supremacy. Do y'all understand what Umar has been talking to y'all? Let's quote this again. If I were Mexican, the school would be done. Johnson said it's only because it's us. He added that referring collectively to black people that we don't take something like this education as serious. So he just said, everybody, Umar Johnson, that if he was Mexican, that it would get done, meaning Mexican people work harder and Mexicans would have helped him if he was Mexican. You see what Umar just said and what he just did that was back when? He's been disrespecting black people for a very long time, and we should have done away with Umar a long time ago. Once again, the man doesn't even take care of his own child. We know that there's a situation with him and his daughter. When he was on the set of Awaken, he was too busy trying to have sex with every female on the cast, according to Sister Mary. And congratulations, she's gotten over 1,000 subs on her channel. Thanks to Honors promoting her channel. Umar has already told us that the hackers have hacked his bank account, and the bank account is still not operational. This man is a liar, okay? But check this out. How many of you in the chat room realize that Umar, after telling us all this crap, after telling us that his accounts were still frozen, remember he went to New Jersey to a block party, to a bookstore party, and he got up on stage. He had the nerve, everybody, to tell black people, this fool you see right here next to me, he had the nerve to tell black people at that event, I need y'all to find me another school, but not an expensive school. I need. This man is always I need. Everything is I, me, I. I want y'all to see this with your, I'm gonna play this for you. This man's got a nerve to be talking this, and he ain't even paying the fees on the first property that he has. As Honors would always say, what kind of man? Here we go.
When I was school hunting in 2017, 2016, 2015, I looked at a school in Newark, New Jersey. It was being rented by a European Jew.
We got 1,000 in the box watching tonight. Let me give you all a clap up. 1,000 watching in the box tonight. 1,000 in the box tonight. 1,000 in the box tonight. I appreciate you all out there. Much clap to you. 1,000 in the box tonight. 1,000 in the box tonight. Okay. Oh, we got my man, the filmmaker, brother. You didn't give me an apology for my previous $10 applause. Oh, let me give you applause, brother, right now. I'm sorry about that.
Thank you for the super chat.
Man, I'm sorry that I can't pronounce that name very well. Brother, I know who you are. You said, brother, you didn't give me an applause for my previous $10. No matter, keep up the good work. Oh, no, brother, I'm going to give you another applause. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to put you on my screen for a moment here. Because, I believe in showing people respect. Respect is always important. And I appreciate the donation, and I appreciate all donations. Let me see. D That Is All gave me a donation too. D That Is All gave me a $5 super chat saying that is all. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for giving me the super chat, everybody. If I missed any super chats, nothing personal. I might have just missed it because I was involved in my diatribe right here and trying to get the content out to you because I don't want to keep it up too late tonight. I appreciate everybody here. Monster Hunter says, bro, thank you, bro. Hat purple and blue. Peace. Everybody, peace to you, respect to you. And let me move out of this. Now, let me just say this right here. I couldn't make this any clearer, so I'm sorry that it's blurry with Umar talking at this event, but you get the idea. Let me play this once more.
2015.
Black Wolf.
I looked at a school in Newark, New Jersey. It was being rented by a European Jew. I was going to rent the school. Our school was on.
Once again, Black Wolf says, well, let me go ahead and put my 5 on some. Thank you, brother. Black Wolf, thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
I appreciate you all. Appreciate you all that's here. Let's get back on point. Black Wolf, thank you. He's part of the Cookie Crush chat over in Honors channel. Appreciate you coming over and giving me support tonight. Let's get back to this.
Almost in Newark. Y'all don't know this, but you know now. And then the European Jew, no disrespect to the Jewish people.
But you just...
that he looked me up and found out who I was and said, we cannot rent to you. I'm saying all that to say that when we open up the Marcus Garvey Elementary School of the...
I don't believe Umar Johnson. I think he's a liar, but let's hear him out right here.
I'm saying all that to say that when we open up the Marcus Garvey Elementary School of the FDMG Academy, as soon as it's ready, we're going to start looking for the next school location. Are y'all following me?
That's the first lie right there. How could you be opening up the FDMG Academy when you haven't even paid the fees? You lied to us a week ago and said that you had a waiver fee. Come to find out that they've been trying to contact you. You never filed for a waiver fee, and you can't file for a waiver fee when you've done no necessary repairs to the property that would be under their code. Daniel Walker, Deputy Chief of Staff in Communication, just said that they even invited you and you did not show up, and Miss Staxs, who you was messing around with, is even going to bust the bubble on you when I play her clip as well. Let's get back to this.
So for those of y'all who do real estate in New Jersey, I don't care if it's Newark, Trenton, Camden, Jersey City, my realtors in particular, I need you to find me a nice little school. I don't need no castle. That's a money drain. We don't want no damn castle.
Everybody, why would Umar Johnson be telling black people in New Jersey to find him a school, and he does not want a castle, but just something? Let me tell y'all something, and some of you already know this. Umar has been running a school scam even before he got the buildings in Delaware, Wilmington. I talked about this on my radio podcast. I hope that you all had a chance to check out that radio podcast. You can click the link at the top of my page of my YouTube channel. It'll click into either, so you can go to Spotify, you can go to Spreaker, you can go to Apple Podcasts, and you can hear that. I threw that in the community tab and I promoted that around some of the social media, the radio podcast that I did this past Saturday. And I'm going to say this because Honors brought this out. Remember, he conceived of this idea in 2004. He started collecting money in 2005. It has not been 13 years. It's been damn near close to 17, 16, 20 years now. But Umar put sevens in the chat room. Come on, the veterans in that chat room, y'all know this. Umar would go to different places like Baltimore. I was born in Baltimore. Remember when he went to Baltimore and he was walking around looking at buildings and talking about, I think I'm gonna buy this school right here. And then after he would tell you he was gonna buy the school, then he would do what? He would say, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. What's going on, Yalpo? Thank you for giving me the super chat, my brother. Thank you. Donations, and gifts, and donations. and gifts, and donations. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
Then when he went to Baltimore, he did the same thing. When he went to every city he goes to where he's walking around, he's claiming that he's going to buy that building. And then after he tells you he's going to buy this building to make it the second or third FDMG Academy, then he does what? He's asking you for money. So he lures you in by walking around buildings in different places in the Eastern Seaboard, saying that, oh, we're going to have an FDMG here in Philadelphia. We're going to have an FDMG here in Boston. We're going to have an FDMG here in Atlanta, Georgia, and wherever, right? Baltimore. He'll go to places like Detroit, walk around in Detroit. We're going to have an FDMG in Detroit. And then after he says that, he's asking for money, and people are donating money thinking that, hey, I'm donating to help him get this property. That's some of the first scams that he was running before he even got actually physically purchased a property as indecent as the one in Wilmington, Delaware. Hit the sevens if y'all agree with me, if you understand where I'm coming from in the premise here. Let's get back to it.
I don't want Eastside High Pass. No! Get me a school that got about 25, no more than 25 rooms. 25 rooms. I don't need 50. 25 or less. If you find a school, Dr. Umar, they got 12 classrooms. Give me.
Thank you all for being here.
Dr. Umar, we found a little school in Newark. They got 50 classrooms. Give me. But if we can find us a nice little school, they're not charging but a $500,000, $250,000, something around there, we can work with them.
He just gave himself away, everybody. He said that they're not asking for a $250,000 or $500,000. Umar Johnson says he's never even made $1 million. But right there, he said, well, if they're not talking about a $500,000 or the bottom line is he shouldn't be talking about anything when he hasn't completed what he was supposed to start in Delaware, right? But here he goes to New Jersey after all the controversy, after he's talking about his accounts are frozen, his accounts have been, and now he's telling black people in New Jersey to go find him a school. This man has, this is not a man. Once again, black people, do not give them your money. Defund FDMG. Do not fund FDMG. Don't even give him money thinking that if I give him money, he'll have the $38,000, right? The $38,388.22. Don't do it. You defund it. You give money to people who have legitimate programs like George Makem, Urban Nerds Worldwide, or a Q-Butter, or anybody that you know, or even a King Randall, who's got a legitimate program. Don't give this man no money. Don't do it. This patch is not worth the thread that it was written with. This man is not living up to the billing.
You feel me? Because once we open up the first school, the rest of them are going to start popping like popcorn. Do y'all feel me? They say the first one is the hardest one. And the only thing we got left to do in the first one is what? Put the tile down. And by the way, if there's anybody here who does tile or sells the tile, listen to me, Newark. It's the only thing we got left to do in the school. Put the tile on the concrete.
As you can see, Umar doesn't even have the tile. If he had the tile and he had the professionals to put it down, why would he be at this event asking for anybody that knows how to put tile down? For anybody that has tile, anybody that sells tile.
Tell the truth.
Lord have mercy. This man is, God damn.
So if there's any brothers and sisters here who lay it or know where we can buy it for a reasonable price, let me know. You got my number. We ready to move now. If you call me today, Dr. Umar, I got a tile supplier and I lay tile. What you want to charge me to cover up these 12 floors? Let's go.
We know that it's never going to happen because this man hasn't even paid fees, and he thinks that laying tile on the floors is the answer to opening up the school. But this is the one thing that he hasn't answered. Ladies and gentlemen, where is the faculty? Where is the curriculum? We don't even know what is the outline of how the school's going to be. 2, another thing. 3, Umar has already said that the school won't be accredited. Also, how are you going to get students? Because you said that they're going to pay money to go to school there. You got these buildings in a poor community, and you haven't even paid your fees to take the property off the vacant list, and you've been delinquent since 2016. What kind of man?
Once the tile done, we applying for certificate of occupancy. We done, y'all. Tile and done. So find me somebody who do tile. And ladies, if you lay tile.
He's so full of crap. Right here. To get a certificate of occupancy in Wilmington, Delaware, you need to ensure your property meets the local building codes and safety regulations that involve obtaining necessary building permits, passing final inspections, and potentially addressing any violations necessary to repairs and certification occupancy. Significant that a building is safe for occupancy and legally ready for people to live in or to use. Umar Johnson don't have nothing jumping off like that, everybody. This is crazy. Let's go to the next video. Let me let you see how Umar Johnson has lied to you further. Let's go to Mrs. Staxs. She was the young lady, Mrs. Staxs, Lenore Staxs, who came on Honor's show and spilled the beans on him, exposed him for the liar, the deceiving individual that he is, and said that he doesn't even treat his mother properly, allegedly, and that he's dirty, he keeps a messy place, that he's sloppy, that he's into a lot of sexual kink, that all that repeating that he does over and over again, that cadence and all of this yelling and screaming and all of this, she says behind closed doors, it's an act. It's all been an act. It's been an act for a while. But what I want to play this one for, because this is explosive, because she says that Umar that had a opportunity in the city government of Wilmington for them to give him a break. Check this out. Y'all probably seen this video, but we're going to play it over here too.
You with this, if it was B and you have fucked over every last one, including the councilwoman that reached out to your ass for 3 different times.
Wow.
That was your point of contact. You sat up there, everything cross cancels out. You sat up there in the car and he said that he been sending emails and this and that. Okay, but the point of contact reached out to him.
Wow.
Reached out to him. And he snubbed it 3 times. This is the person that could have issued a stay on the auction. They would have paused the auction. They would have gave you more time with the buildings to get them paid or whatever needs to be paid. You could have also gotten a little bit more time and maybe even some help with bringing down the balance that you had.
So basically, Umar Johnson, according to Ms. Staxs, he had an opportunity where some of the city or a city official was trying to work with him to potentially bring down the cost of his fees, maybe potentially delay an auction on the properties, and maybe work with the man, but he never got back to the person to solve the issue, to create some type of plan when they were at some point willing to work with him. Umar told you that nobody contacted him by email, by letter. Nobody answered his calls. He called the mayor. Umar ran off at the mouth about how you got to protest and that it's racism. He's full of crap. And she has exposed him here.
Had you reached out to the tax assessor's office, wherever, you could have got a lot of stuff done.
It's a damn
that's
shame.
Only 2 off the top of my head.
Damn shame.
And then the time that you did have to work, you brought this to your people right up to the last minute.
Damn.
You didn't want to save them buildings. And then y'all go look at IG. They playing on my damn phone. They're not even calling Wilmington. They told y'all to do it. We lost y'all money. Go get it.
Damn, she's right.
It. We're going to play on Siobhan's phone. That's diabolical.
It's true. And
not as bad as this. He berated all of them black people for buying, spending their money, how they spend their money. And so some of you sent him your money. And then he turned around and bought the same shit he told you not to buy.
I've long known that Umar Johnson does this sort of stuff. Remember how he's always telling black people that you spend money on grits and you spending money on sport apparel, you spending money on entertainment, and everything that Umar is telling black people that they shouldn't spend their money on. She's saying that Umar is doing the same thing. And we see it because you can see him with the baseball caps. He's trying to dress like he's a rapper. You know, Umar thinks that he's a rapper or something like that. Let's be honest. You know, Umar wants to have this rapper persona about himself, right? He calls himself Big Papa. And you got to ask yourself, who does stuff like that, right? Who does stuff like that, everybody? It's crazy. Let's go back. Let's go back and hear some more.
He's in his house. Don't spend your money. Send your money to me so I can spend it. You got no proof. Y'all demand and swear, and I'm not gonna lie to you. But that man ain't gave y'all no proof.
Facts.
For the present day stuff. Y'all have no proof. You just got to take what he says and you can clearly tell he's lying. He's not one of those people that can tell when other people can tell he's lying. He's a terrible liar. He like want to just tell lies and be like, oh, okay, you lying.
Whew. She's telling it like it is, everybody. We cannot deny that the truth is being spoken tonight. This is the Information Man Show. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and this is how we get down over here.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
We got about 1,300 people watching, 1,300 in the box tonight. That's fantastic. I appreciate everybody who's watching. Make sure you share this video on all your social media. Make sure you tell people about the channel, what we're doing over here. You know, I'm gonna stay on top of this, Umar. I've been doing. Let me just say this, because I had somebody that left me a message saying, "Oh, you're just jumping on the bandwagon." If you look at my channel, I've been doing videos on Umar for years. Like, I don't have, my whole channel is not dedicated to just Umar videos. I touch on all different topics, as you could probably look at my catalog and see. But I do have videos on Umar on this channel prior to, because I've been watching what he's been doing. I've been talking about him for a number of years. So I'm not a Johnny come lately on these YouTube streets as it relates to Umar Johnson. I was talking about Umar Johnson during the time when you got criticized for talking about Umar Johnson, because there were so many people that were still down with him before they realized what he had been doing all these years. I did a video on Polite, right? I got videos on my channel about the stuff that Polite was doing and what have you. So I'm not a Johnny come lately to any of this stuff. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And we're going to continue to stay on top of this as long as Umar is showing us that he's not willing to be accountable for his nonsense, and that he's going to continue to play these games with black people the way he do. You hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying to you right now, Umar? Because your behavior has been devilish, and this is why we have to defund FDMG, meaning don't give them any money. Take your money and give it to somebody that's going to make something legitimate with that money, like a King Randall. Matter of fact, let me play King Randall for you right now. Check this out. This is what King Randall had to say about being transparent. This is what Umar Johnson has not done to be transparent. Now, wait a minute. Let me do something right here. Let me just play this the way it is. Check it out.
You know, my big thing is always sharing everything about where people's money is going. I've always been, very transparent about that. If we've asked for paint, I showed y'all the paint. If we asked for new toilets or something, I showed y'all us buying the toilets. I showed everything that you guys have given. We have an Amazon wish list. We don't just ask for monetary donations. We ask for people to buy specific things. If we ask for laptops, I've shared it. If we ask to get the kids haircuts, I've shared it. Our program has remained free, so we are still tuition free in our program, like we have been for the past 6.5 years.
Did you hear that? King Randall has been tuition free. Umar said that you're going to pay, right? But this man started his school out of his, out of his own apartment or his house. And everything was donations, right? And he said that whatever he asked for that people donated, he showed them. So when he said, hey, we need laptops, he showed that he actually was purchasing the laptops. When he said we need toilet paper, he's actually showing you. He's done everything to be transparent that Umar Johnson did not do. And ask yourself, why would you give money to someone who cannot be transparent with you, y'all? Why would you do such a thing when this man cannot be transparent? Check it out.
I just think if Dr. Umar would have started something like with what he had, I think people would have been more apt to give him. And I honestly think he would have gotten where he needed to be had he had proof of concept, because he's a great orator. He talks very well. If I could talk that great, I'm sure we'd have, millions of dollars raised. But I still started with something. I started out of my house originally. I started in my dining room at 19. And after listening to him, that's why I started it. I just wanted to start something. I knew that I couldn't start something mass scale. So I'm just like, I'm going to start with whatever I got. And we started with $0. I was cutting hair, fixing cars, painting houses. I mean, that's what I was.
This brother was spending his own money, and Umar keeps telling you, give me some more, give me some more, give me some Cash App, give me some PayPal. And then he had the nerve to go to New Jersey and tell those black people in New Jersey to find him another school. Shoot, man.
Doing to support the program originally, and then I learned how to utilize social media to be able to raise money, and we started doing that, and we went project by project. We failed, we succeeded, etc. But I've always continued sharing what it is that we're doing. So I know a lot of people always ask why they won't see us on the Breakfast Club or etc. You know, I'm not like Umar. I don't critique people's dating life. I don't, talk about what people should be doing. I don't belittle my donors. We don't.
Isn't that what Umar Johnson does? Always trying to give people advice on relationship, acting like he's an all-in-one for everything. Shit.
Do any of those things. We just share what we got going on. If we don't raise enough money, we pivot. If we don't get things done, we pivot. And we keep going. So we definitely failed. We failed some students, etc. But we kept moving and we kept going. And
woo. You see, that's a man who's self-made. He was spending his own money. Have we ever heard of Umar ever spending his own money on anything, everybody? This is crazy. Peace to everybody in the chat room. Golden Melanin is here. Black Wolf, everybody that's here. Oh, everybody. Creole 504, thank you for being here. Southern Breeze is in the house. Golden Child 111, please touch grass. Mojo, Blue Magic is in the house. Sunshine Frank, Skates is in the house. Please touch grass again. Alicia's in the house, one of my mods. We got the Gray Pill podcast in the house. Monster Hunter, everybody. Miss Independent, Miss Kiss on Twitter. What's going on, sister? Everybody, 100% real man. I appreciate you all for being here tonight. Now, we got more. Don't go nowhere. Yvette Carnell got into this whole thing, and let me play just a little bit from her because she made a lot of sense. Because don't y'all realize that we've had a lot of people like Umar run scams on us on social media? It's a damn shame that black people use social media to scam other black people, and it's a shame. Let me let y'all hear this. Check it out.
How long are we going to have this conversation? How long are we doing this? We're talking about, we done had list of scammers that everybody tell me just to give them a chance. I gave Umar a chance and then he failed. I realized that 2 to 3 years. I knew that was never going to be a school. Even if we're saying that he doesn't scam anybody, he's absolutely diligent. Even if that's the case, it was still never going to work. True. But y'all don't ever want to call a thing because you believe you have money you don't have, and that makes you perfect for any person who wants to come into the room and take advantage of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I say, hey, this person taking advantage of you, all of a sudden you got a problem. We got Jay Morrison. Mm-hmm. Whatever happened to Melanoid Nation? What was that? Is that still a nonprofit? What happened to that? We've had a slew of people go down the list. Jay Morrison said he was doing Black Wall Street, and all of a sudden we don't even know where he or the $13 million went.
Ooh, that's true.
How long are we going to do this? This man went and bought, listen, the first clue that should have showed you that he did not know what he was doing was he went and bought a dilapidated building.
Damn, that's true. True.
And one of the reasons why you want him to go away so bad, listen, there were signs that this person was not a serious person. Sometimes you just got to call a thing a thing. There were long ago signs that Umar was not serious. First of all, I was the one who told y'all years ago and asked y'all years ago why he was always outside.
Always outside. That's true.
I said, why is Umar always outside? He's always in the playground in a car making a video. I said, does he have somewhere to be? Because you don't even have to have.
Let me play another clip. It's very true. Umar is always outside. Doesn't look like he's really busy. Doesn't have an actual what we would call a he doesn't have an actual office where he does work. You don't see him on a computer. You don't see him in any professional setting whatsoever. We've been talking about this for a while. Let me play this last clip from her. It's a short clip.
This is an act, ladies and gentlemen. It's like vaudeville. This is an act. Shout out to my Ghanaians and my Africans. And it taps into the Pan-Africanism that you love and that you adore, the Wakanda in you. Get it out. Uproot it. It's a bad root. It's a bad seed. Get that out of you. Because that is being used to manipulate you. You know what else is being used to manipulate you? Our people are just being contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. Well, you know, maybe it's true. Maybe they did come. He said they put it on his door with a rubber stamp. And he said he ain't got no mail. He ain't getting nothing in the mail from them people. Why didn't give him mail?
I got to admit, Yvette Carnell, whether you like her or not, I got to admit she's funny right now because it's true. He did say, they put it on my door with a rubber band and a little stamp. And why they put the notice on my door with a rubber band in a low-income community? He sounded like a little baby, y'all. You got to admit.
I don't know what he got, and neither do you. Because anytime the government has ever done something with me or reached out to me about anything, I got mail.
I got mail. Did y'all get mail?
But it's a good little conspiracy. I ain't never get no mail. I think, you know what I think, y'all? They trying to shut us down at the same time they took money out of my account. Whether we get the money out of my account or not, I still need y'all to give me some more money.
Boom, 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 boom.
Tell the truth.
Now, whether you are a fan of Yvette Carnell or not doesn't matter. What matters is that what she's saying is true. After all of this crap, what she said in that last statement that I paused on is that I need y'all to give me some money. Even though my accounts are frozen, this is frozen, that this is canceled, but y'all need to still come off some money. And then had the nerve to tell black people in New Jersey, I need y'all to find me another school. You see how foolish this is? You see how foolish Umar is, everybody? Foolish. I mean, just completely a foolish individual, irresponsible individual. And this is why he can't even get things right with his own daughter. Right here. That's why he can't get things right with her. All right, let me go to the next video that I want to bring up. This is what Umar did. If you guys notice on his Instagram, anytime someone says something that's in favor of him, he posts it like this. Remember I said we're going to go back to this? So somebody posted this right here and he put it on his Instagram. Does anybody that criticized Umar actually know the difficulty of opening a 100% private school with zero state or government funding? Has anyone pulled up to the school to offer help or labor? Yes, people had offered him. Matter of fact, there was a black family that had land and offered to give him land for free to build a school from scratch. There have been people who were contractors, people that were professionals that were black that offered to help Umar, and he would disappear on them. Just like Ms. Staxs said that he did not answer the public official in Wilmington that wanted to work with him. So dismiss me with all of that. But then here we go. As he pushes the campaign to help us to keep FDMG alive, his campaign, let me play another Umar sycophant, another Umar cult follower. And I hate to say this because this is a young brother, but this young brother has been, I think he's been, he's a cult follower. I'm sorry. And here we go.
Every single day, without fail, I see a Dr. Umar hit piece. I'm not saying Dr. Umar is the perfect man,
and let me do something real quick. Let me stop right now and thank brother Flavored FG, who gave me a super chat. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
Brother Flavored Genuine FG, Flavor Genuine FG gave me a $1.99 super chat. I want to thank you again.
Thank you for the super chat.
Okay. I want to say peace and respect to the lovely queen. I know I am. The man definitely is not playing with a full deck. We got God's little princesses in the house. We got Jones in the house. Red is in the house. Baba Rashawn is in the house. My man Baba Rashawn is in the house. Peace to you, respect to you, brother. Baba Rashawn, the elder, is in the house. Thank you for watching the program tonight. Let's get to this. This young man, I understand, he believes in Umar. He thinks Umar is speaking, or the only black man on this planet that's speaking and going hard in the paint for black people. No, Umar disrespects black people, young man, but let's let him continue what he's saying here.
Every single day, without fail, I see a Dr. Umar hit piece. I'm not saying Dr. Umar is the perfect man, but there is no bigger black American, black people advocate on the internet than Dr. Umar.
Oh God.
And every day when I see these random ass people who, what are you doing? What are you doing for black folk? They always just come on here, Dr. Umar's going broke.
So that's the typical thing that a Umar Johnson sycophant or cult follower would say. What are you doing? I could tell you what I'm doing. Since the time I was 19 years old, I've been involved in mentorship, mentoring, working with black males and young ladies. Through my organization, my fraternal organization, I have sent young ladies, young men, particularly black men, to college, mentorship, skilled trades. We have alpha academies all over the country in which we work with young men from the time they're in elementary school and follow them all the way up. We have programs where we work as liaisons in the high school areas to make sure that if there's any black males in particular who may be having some potential for being kicked out of school, that we can get them back on track. In our Alpha Academy, we also work with the parents, father and mother, we have parenting groups to deal with the issues that parents deal with for dealing with black children. And we've had a motto of go to high school, go to college since the 1900s, okay, 1919. So I personally, since the time I was in college, working in the Sunnydale Housing Project area of San Francisco, dealing with young men over the years, with mentoring them and doing partnership with big brothers and big sisters. So there are those of us who talk about Umar Johnson and his shortcomings, and those of us who are doing things, but we're not running around saying, give me a donation, give me a donation. I don't see Q Butter yelling to everybody, give me a donation, or my man, brother George Macomb. He simply says, go to my website, check out my merch, because when you buy merch, you support the program and you also get a legitimate tax write-off, which I have done so. Okay, so this is the argument that the young man is making on here, yet he didn't tell you what he's been doing himself.
Where's the school at? Nigga, did you throw $1? Did you throw a $5?
Yes, my ninja. Okay. I have thrown $1 and a $5 to Umar Johnson. Okay? How many of you in the chat room, come on, let's be honest tonight. Come to Jesus tonight. How many of you in the chat room put sevens? Be honest. Have you ever thrown Umar $2, $1, $5, $10, $20, or $100? I can say to this young man right here respectfully that I have thrown him a couple of dollars during the early years when it looked like Umar was on the right track. So when you say these things, young man, you got to make sure that you know what you're talking about, because everybody that you're criticizing, for all you know, they might have gave Umar a whole bunch of money. And when they asked Umar about the school, he blocked them. When they asked to get their money back, he refused. Another thing that I want to bring up to everybody that's very important when we talk about Umar Johnson tonight is that you know what Umar Johnson is doing is illegal. When you take in donations, you're supposed to give people a receipt. Everybody put sevens in the chat room. When you go to Goodwill or any charitable organization and you donate clothing, food, don't they give you a receipt which you can use during tax time to get a write-off? When you donate to a legitimate organization, put sevens or ones or yeses or whatever in there. So the question is, when Umar is asking for people to give him donations, the question you must ask yourself is, everybody, why is it that Umar is not giving out receipts to people? Why is he not keeping track of a way to give people proof? How, like if you give Umar money, how do you prove to your tax lady that you actually gave a donation to Umar Johnson? How do you prove it? Where's your receipt? They're gonna need something to see that you gave a donation, right? Am I right or wrong? Somebody tell me in the chat room. Apparently I must be right because people put in sevens, right? Sean Knight says, Umar doesn't even know how much he's raised. Right. Philly Taylor put 7 sevens in there. Black Magic is in the house. Queen, I know Ann said, I thought Cash App shut him. Yes, his Cash App was shut down, but he has a PayPal account. And how many of you know that Umar Johnson once had a PayPal account a long time ago, and that got shut down? Remember, he told you a few weeks ago that he couldn't use Apple Pay because they said that they froze his account. And he said they froze him out because he didn't create an account. He's telling you lies on top of lies. Every day he's telling lies. Let's get back to this young man as I smoke him up.
Who are these people just coming out of nowhere? You COINTELPRO agents. You fucking COINTELPRO agents.
That's another thing that people do when you call out these grifters on YouTube, and there's a bunch of them on YouTube. When you call out these grifters, one of the strategies that they use is to call you an agent, to call you FBI, to call you a person that's working for the man. That's a little excuse that they use to keep you from exposing the truth, because they have to discredit you by saying you're an agent. I'm so sick and tired of hearing those words, agent, you're an agent. It's old, y'all. It's old. When you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong. How can this young man sit up here and defend Umar Johnson with all the information that's come out? He is asleep. Young and dumb right now.
It's like y'all hop on here. Y'all attack Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar going broke.
We're not attacking him. We are not attacking him. We're pointing out his lies, his misconceptions of how he's been misleading black people, the misconceptions that he's been putting out there to black people. He's been lying, taking money, telling black people that the school's going to open up. Then he moves the goalposts. Then he changes the date over and over again. Where have you been, young man? See, this is the problem. This young man, he's young. He's just hatched out of the chicken egg yesterday, wet behind the ear. And some of us have been watching Umar and the shit Umar's been doing probably longer than you've been an adult. We've been watching Umar and watching the stuff that Umar's been doing when this young man up here was shitting in his pants and pooping and pissing in his pants and crying for his mama. Shoot. Let's go.
And like, not to mention, like, a white dude can hop online, say,
a white dude now,
I got this app I'm coming up with. I got this project I'm coming up with. The nigga will raise $3 billion and no one will blink a fucking eye.
Stop right there. This is foolishness by the young man. Everybody in the chat room, listen to what I'm about to say here. When's the last time we've had a white man come to the black community and tell us that he's going to build a school for black boys, that he has the answer to black boys? When's the last time we've had a white man within our social media sphere constantly telling black people, donate, hit the Cash App for me, get the Hash App for me? How many white boys are out there telling black people that they're going to do something for us and that we're just giving them money? How many? Because he wants to use a false analogy of a white man collecting money when we're not talking about a white man. We're talking about Umar Johnson, because there is no white man in the black community that's outward collecting money from black people based on the opposite, that he's going to open up a school for black boys, that's constantly on social media talking about hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. There is none. let's continue.
But Dr. Umar trying to build a school with no government funding or anything.
Right. This is the dude who wrote that piece up there that this the dude right here. Oh, that's Miss Mary. This is probably the dude that Umar took this from what this guy said and posted on his social media. He posted this guy over there because this the one person defending him.
Y'all are not donating, and then y'all just come online to trash him. I just think it's nasty work. And
how do you see? This is why you need to go to school, young man, and you need to use critical thinking skills. I don't know if this young man is over the age of 25 years old, because we know that when you are below that age, your brain is still developing. What make this young man think here that the people that's criticizing Umar are not people that have also donated to Umar and people that he has ripped off? Come on, young man. Come on. Golly. I tell you, everybody. Now, I'm going to play China Fox. She's been on YouTube for a very long time. I think she just had a baby, has a son, and shout out to her and her family. And I think that what she said, I agree with all of it, because she was on point here. And this is fair use. Let me play a little of what she had to say about this whole situation, because she was completely on point. Whether you like her or not, I don't care. What she said was on point. Here we go, y'all.
I'm watching how people have sympathy for Umar. I'm watching people blame Pan-Africanism as opposed to the person that's been allowed to abuse Pan-Africanism, as opposed to so-called Pan-African leadership who haven't swiftly corrected his actions, but instead still invite him to give lectures.
She's making a point. How many of y'all agree with that? That I don't want to indict anybody that I don't know, but certainly the Pan-African community should have shut Umar down a long time ago. She is absolutely right. Everybody knows within these, whether it be the Black conscious community and even the Pan-African community, a lot of these communities know that Umar has been grifting for a long time. But why are people still allowing him to walk the streets uninvaded, to go to events like he did in New Jersey and talk like he talked to black folks about, y'all go find me another school? Why has he been able to get away with this all these years? You've never seen anybody from any of these communities confront him in public and jam him up in public. I haven't seen it. We've had people come out and say things like they don't agree with him, blah, blah, blah. But you've never seen a force of people on the ground say, Umar, get off the stage, man. You can't talk today. We don't want nothing to do with you, man. She's right. There's been no accountability to those within the circles that know that Umar has been talking nonsense. Nobody within those circles that he runs in, within the Pan-African community, even the so-called Black conscious community, I have never seen anybody confront Umar in public at any of these events when he's walking these streets to demand that he be transparent. Never seen it. I haven't. I'm just saying that I haven't. I'm not saying that there's nobody out there that hasn't, but I haven't. And this is why I agree with what she's saying here.
Where he regurgitates information that hasn't been updated since the late 90s.
Damn.
You aren't safe if you are a child around people like Umar. You think I'm gonna bring my son around Umar or people like you? And then you wonder why the Black collective can't come together. It's because we're not safe with each other.
Now,
and
everybody,
I don't give a dang on.
Let me just say this. I paused it. Do you agree with what she's saying right so far? Put sevens in the chat room. 1s, 7s, or say yes if you agree with what China Fox is saying right now. I hope I'm saying that name correct. Let me know if you agree with her premise here, because I think that she's cooking with grease right now. She's telling the truth. And I believe it's the truth.
Tell the truth.
Thank you. Everybody says 7, 7, 7, 7. I should see nothing but 7s in there, because how can you deny that what she's saying, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Ray, Queen I Know I Am, all of you are putting 7s in there because y'all know Malcolm agrees. Everybody knows Mrs. Kim Bling. Everybody agrees. Let's go.
If it's your home, an organization, you may as well be the FBI as far as I'm concerned, because there is no safety for the collective. There are no consequences.
Boom, right there. This is where, like I said, I agree with her. There doesn't seem to be consequences for what Umar has been doing for a number of years. We got to be honest with ourselves. Umar should have been stopped by the community way before it got to the point where these buildings are up for auction, where he has to pay these fees within 20 days. He should have been neutralized years ago by the community. But there is one community that has shut Umar out, and I'm gonna read a Facebook post to you near the conclusion of this video. Don't go nowhere. Let's continue.
To financially abusing and targeting Black women, Black single mothers, and no matter how many times Black women and Black men say anything about how he's stolen from them.
Truth.
Facts.
Nothing happens but sympathy. How you feel bad for Umar.
She's absolutely right. Black people, Black men and women have been ripped off by Umar when they have asked for their money back, when they have asked Umar when the school would open and he blocks them. He exploits Black women by way of thinking that he's going to help their sons as a gateway to get into between their legs. As I said, Miss Mary, who produced the movie Awaken, she was on Honor's channel. You all heard it. Here's a picture of her. That's the picture of the poster for the movie with Umar looking like a fool right there. Here's Miss Mary, who is the producer, filmmaker, who said that he was messing around with the women, and it got so bad that the women were coming to her saying, Umar did this to me, because they realized. Now, she said that the women were voluntarily going to his hotel room because they were into Umar. But once they realized that it was only about sex, and they compared their notes, because they probably realized, oh, he been messing around with you, girl. He messing around with me. What? This is the damn shame of it, everybody. It's a damn shame. Continue.
Celebrities coming out and defending Umar. He's had a reign of podcasts that he's gone on.
Facts.
Yeah, ha, ha, ha. All this bull crap talk. The only time I've seen Umar interact with Black boys is when he was calling the police on them and giving a statement to the cops.
Wait a minute. China Fox is telling the truth. Y'all all saw the video, right, of him talking to the kids? If you didn't see that video, at the end of that video, he said, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to play that video. That video comes by way of Lennon Honor's channel. We're going to play that video. Let's continue this.
When have you seen Dr. Umar interact with Black boys?
Never seen him interact with Black boys in my life, other than to tell those kids. I've never seen him interact with Black boys on an educational level at all. Have you? Once again, King Randall says it's about proof of concept. Umar Johnson hasn't shown us any proof of concept for years now. Continue.
When have you seen him?
We're almost close to conclusion,
Black
everybody.
children?
Don't go nowhere.
But no, as long as you talk good.
That's Umar.
You can abuse whatever Black man, woman, and child you want to.
Right, long as you talk good. And that's all he does is talk.
Whoever you want to. It's free reign. And unless you let them do this, I'll be attacked more than Umar is for saying this.
Facts. Facts. She's speaking facts, everybody. Put sevens in the chat room if you believe that she is speaking facts. What did she say at the end of that? That when you speak out against the things that Umar is doing, you will have people defend Umar, like that young man that I had to roast. That young man who made that post talking about what everybody's doing. What are y'all doing? Every time I turn around, I see somebody talking about Umar, because Umar been doing wrong. And he been doing wrong probably before you was even had an adult mind. when you was wiping your nose full of snot. I mean, truth is truth. Now we're getting close to the conclusion, everybody, so don't go nowhere. Let me now show you the video, because she made a good point there that the only time you see him interact with black kids is to call the police on them. Well, let's look at that video. Check it out right here. Peace.
Have been sitting on the vacant property list now for over 6 years, and you have children going in there because they perceive it to be abandoned buildings.
You're about to go to the third. What grade you in, Prince? Fifth. You in the 5th grade?
That's my brother.
Okay, y'all brothers, y'all look alike. So you're about to go to the 3rd, you said?
Yes.
So when we open up this school, it's going to be 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, right? So 4th grade, you might be here, right? 4th grade, you might be here. You're going to the
6th.
Oh, you're going to the 6th grade. We might not catch you until we in this building, the high school. And to my young princesses, we will be opening up the Anna Douglas Amy Garvey Academy.
Stop it.
For
Stop
young
it.
princesses as well.
He's lying. You know what's sick about Umar, y'all? He's lying to the kids. He says to the little sister, we're going to open up. Dude, you haven't even... Do y'all realize what I'm saying here? He's lying to kids. Now, we know he's been lying to us as adults for years now, but he's literally lying to the children in the community. He's literally lying.
Right? 4th grade, you might be here. You're going to the
6th.
Oh, you're going to the 6th grade. We might.
Kiwana, what's going on, brother? Thank you for the $9 super chat.
Thank you for the super
I don't know if
chat.
I'm saying the name correct. Kiwana, let me see. You says, as a Pan-African, I have never endorsed this clown. We have been calling out Umar since 2011. Clearly, the Pan-African community is not a monolithic. You're right, brother. You're right. I appreciate the work you're doing. I appreciate you. You're right. Not everybody thinks the same. That's why I said that I haven't seen people calling him out within those communities, like really out there. But if you have, brother, respect to you. And the reason why I say that is because every time we see him visiting and going around the country and talking at these black events, I never see anybody like say, nah, Umar, you gotta, I never see anybody give him any smoke. And not even these these people and people on YouTube who've been bringing them on their show, giving them money for their podcast. They're not even calling Umar out. They're just using him for entertainment purposes. Let's go back to this. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the super chat.
Not catch you until we in this building, the high school. And to my young princesses, we will be opening up the Anna Douglas Amy Garvey Academy for young princesses as well. So it's going to be boys first, and then it's going to be girls. So all y'all might one day be students at the school. Say that again. Some people just went and win. When? You saw somebody walk in this building. What door?
They gonna call her.
No. Nobody walked in this door. I've been here the whole time.
No, they walked in that door. They gonna walk out of here. They can come through that door.
So y'all been seeing the people who've been breaking into the school?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
This is what's going on, everybody. The reason why, isn't it a damn shame that the kids in the neighborhood know more about what's going? Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. It's a damn shame that the kids in the neighborhood. What's going on, Philip Taylor? Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
It's a shame that the kids in the neighborhood know more about what's going on with the buildings than Umar knows. This is laughable. Please hear me out. Do y'all get what I'm saying right now? Put sevens in the chat room if y'all hearing the embarrassment of this all. The children, the kids, they peeping out what's going on more than Umar has. And then you got to ask yourself, why hasn't Umar put the money in to secure the buildings properly? The kids are telling him that the doors are open. Oh my God, y'all. Listen to this. Y'all got to listen to this again. Listen to this again. This is bananas.
What door?
They gonna call her.
No. Nobody walked in this door. I've been here the whole time.
No, they walked in that door because they got here. They can come to that door.
So y'all been seeing the people who've been breaking into the school.
Right, but now, Umar, you haven't been seeing what's going on because you're not up there enough. You know why, everybody? Remember, put sevens in the chat room. Remember, Umar Johnson said when he got caught on that video where you saw how he was living in a trash infested apartment where him and his mother had to move out. And when he dropped his phone and you saw how he was living in trash, what did he say, everybody? Umar said that I'm in the process of moving to Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware. Now, didn't he say that? Put sevens in the chat room. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. We got Monica in the house who gave me a $5 super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
She says, what a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. I thought Umar put up cameras. Right. He lied. He never had cameras, sister. Umar never had no cameras. That was all a lie. You know that. I'm going to read what you said again. What? Damn it. Wait a damn minute. I thought Umar put up cameras at the trap bando schools. How are people breaking in but no camera footage? Right, because he lied. We're breaking it down tonight. Tonight. For good. For good. We telling the truth tonight and shaming the devil.
Tell the truth.
And you know who that that devil is tonight. Come on, man. The featured devil tonight is Umar. Yeah. He's lied about cameras. He's been lying about everything else. Let's continue.
Wait a minute.
Yo! Excuse me. Get out that school. Yo! Come out. This is private property. I need y'all off.
Okay, my brother, I believe you, young prince. I need you out. I need you out of here. This is a school. This is a school, young people. This is a school, young people. What are we doing? What are we doing?
What's happening is that the kids know more about your funky buildings that you ain't taking care of than you. And you lied. And Sister Monica, who gave me that beautiful super chat, peace to you again for that super chat. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
Said, wait a minute. Umar told us that he put cameras up there. So he been lying. And the kids, you know, the thing about kids, everybody, when they talking about stuff like this, they telling the truth. Nobody's more honest than kids when it comes to stuff like this. Let's go.
What are we doing, family? What are we doing? Let me find out. It's the little people.
Oh, see?
Let me ask you a question. All right? Y'all go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. It's okay, kid. You're all right. You're all right, my
the young kid said, you can check the cameras. I didn't do anything. Umar don't have no cameras. That's been the lie.
brother. Don't worry about it. We're about to get the locks changed right now. I'm waiting for my locksmith to show up. We're going to change the locks. Somebody broke in. We're going to change the locks. Sister,
I need you to turn that camera off. Nothing's funny. Turn it off.
Boom. Right here. Umar is not the police. He ain't the sheriff. He don't have any right to tell anybody to turn cameras off, y'all, because even though he owns the buildings, at least for right now, because I think he's going to lose them because he ain't going to make up that fee. I don't think he will. I'll be surprised. But even though he may own the buildings, he don't own the sidewalk. That's still, those buildings are in a public community. Those kids have every right to drive their bicycles up and down that street, walk up and down that street, because why? They're not schools. They're on the vacant list. And the streets, he don't own the streets and he don't own the sidewalks. He might own the buildings, but he don't own the territory that allows people to walk. And it ain't even a working school. But yet he gonna tell one of the young children not to record. No, they should record. In case he puts his hands on one of them, they would have proof of the assault. Or if he says something very disrespectful to these kids, now they've got the visual proof. Umar wanted her to turn her camera off because he don't want the proof of how goofy he looked with these kids. What y'all all think? Hit sevens in the chat room if you think I'm cooking with grease and telling the truth. Hit sevens, ones, and yeses. Continue.
I need y'all to move on. You can't hang on this block. Excuse me?
Thank you, favorite genuine FG, for that.
I need y'all to go, or I'm going to call the police.
See? Let's play that little part right now. Just like China Fox said, Umar is only time he interacting with kids is when he want to call the police on them. Check this out. Hear it again.
About to get the locks changed right now. I'm waiting for my locksmith to show up. We're going to change the locks. Somebody broke in. We're going to change the locks. Sister, I need you to turn that camera off. Nothing's funny. Turn it off. And I need y'all to move on. You can't hang on.
They don't have to turn their cameras off. You don't own
this block. Excuse me? I need y'all to go, or I'm going to call the police.
There it is, everybody. He needs them to go, or he's going to call the police. The devil himself, Umar Johnson. You see what he did? Now, let me show you something before y'all leave tonight. I've given y'all a hell of a, I'm not being braggadocious here, but I've given you a hell of a program tonight, haven't I? I've given you receipts, visual receipts. I'm breaking things down. Umar Johnson is in jeopardy, and I'm going to say what I've been saying for a while. The walls are closing in on Umar Johnson. The walls are closing in.
The walls are closing in on Umar Johnson.
Tell the truth.
Let's go right here, everybody. I'm going to go down and I'm going to show you something that you need to see. Let me play a little reminder that I played for you before. This is a good one.
Brother, whose godson was grieving
now,
because he lost his father, uncle, and grandfather, all within the span of about a year or less. He had spoken to Dr. Umar at one of the lectures, and of course, Dr. Umar was very welcoming and very open at the time, and told people whoever needed him, call on him. So when this happened, and the young man was 14, basketball prodigy, lives in the dangerous areas of St. Louis. My brother was very concerned for his godson, and he reached out to Umar and he said, "Can you please help him? The last thing I want to do is lose him to these streets. He's very sad and upset, and this is all overwhelming. This would be overwhelming for a grown person, never mind a 14-year-old, whose hormones are raging and has lost very piece of himself." No response from Dr. Umar.
Wow. See?
My brother reached out again. He realized time is money. He said, "Dr. Umar, I'll pay you. Please help me here." No response. Crickets. So the lesson we learned there is that if there are no cameras and fanfare, there will be no Dr. Umar.
Facts.
And if you examine throughout the past couple of years and all the attacks we Black people have been under, he has not been present. He's not there. He's only there for speaking engagements that he is paid for.
Right.
So while it's okay to have leaders and to look to leaders, it's not okay to be blind and to not examine carefully our leaders, lest they lead you into doom. Another point about Dr. Umar, he wants to open the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy for boys and eventually include girls. Fantastic. I think this is much needed. Our boys are often from homes without their fathers, and they need role models, and they need Afro-centered school that teaches them how great they are and were and what they come from. This is important. However, there are schools in existence now that I know of who personally extended invitations to him and asked, can we expand these? Why not? The Uhuru Academy in Texas, the Nkrumah Academy.
So the Uhuru and the Nkrumah Academies are two Pan-African based school programs that wanted to connect with Umar and collaborate. Umar had opportunities to do something great, and he also turned them down. That young man that kept saying that nobody's done anything to help Umar, blah, 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 what are you doing? People have tried to help him, and he has turned them down because it's all about him. In
Chicago, the largest Afro-centered school in the country.
Chicago.
Why not start with something that's there? If he can't make his $4 million goal, which is a lot of money, why not do that?
Right.
Not interested.
Not
there's
interested.
Not an eye. And if you watch his lectures, you'll notice a lot of egocentrism. There's a lot of ego there. There is my school. You won't give me money. I'm trying to do. He refers to himself in third person a lot.
Right. He does. Always speaking in third person. She's absolutely right. Let me say to Black Magic, $20 super chat. Tell the truth. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the super chat.
I appreciate you giving me that super chat. You've been following my channel for quite some time. Thank you very much. You said tell the truth. Black Magic, $20 super chat. That's fantastic tonight. I appreciate it. Again, I'll give you another clap.
Thank you for the super chat.
What I want to do, everybody, because I want to get to my last part of the program tonight, is I'm going to move this up because I've played this before. So some of you have probably heard me play this, but I'm going to move it up a little bit because she said some other things that I didn't play the last time that I want you guys to also hear. Let me play this.
He was abstaining. He claims to have been abstaining. I know for a fact that's not true. I have the emails to prove, the text messages to prove it, but I won't.
Meaning he, at one point in time, Umar said that he was celibate. She's saying that that was all a lie.
She had her own experience, and they got down in 30 apparently a couple of times. They went through.
Talking about the conscious stripper. Let me move this up a little bit more to about right here. Play this.
Guarding Black women who have to then go home and raise these Black boys. It's counterproductive, and it goes against what he claims to want to help with. How are you going to help? By further damaging the caretakers. That's a problem, people. Think about it. If he was, and then he lied about it. That's a testament to his character. He said he wasn't engaging in intercourse. That's a problem. That's a stupid lie to tell. And it's an indication, to me, it's indicative of the bigger issue with the man. Then he was having auctions, a date with Umar. Again, rife with egocentrism. Just pay attention. It's not hard to tell. I do still firmly believe in the man's message. If we can separate the message from the messenger, then we'll be okay.
All right. She's basically saying if you can separate this guy you see up here, the message from the messenger. Now, we know that Umar has pretty damn good oratorial skills, but I'm sorry. We can't lay we can't lay on that anymore. We got to stop allowing people like Umar Johnson and many others who are good with they got a good verbal game. We got to stop. We got to look at the tangibles. The hell with whether their verbal game is good. We got to look at the tangibles of, are they sincerely for the people, and are they transparent? The minute someone is not transparent, I don't care about how good they are with their oral speech. And I think Umar has been getting by with his oral abilities that I think black people have been culturally conditioned by that, because coming up in the church, we've been so conditioned by religion that we're used to these preachers and any religion where you have a black person who talks with authority and God said this and I'm going to raise money for a school and I'm the only man in America that's the best psychiatrist, that best psychologist. I'm a school psychologist. Or you got that fool who raised that money, lied, took $13 million from black people, lied about the Tulsa, Oklahoma. We gonna have a Tulsa, Oklahoma housing fund, and we gonna build Wall Street again, and all these dudes that talk with that totality, that tone, slick talking. It's the same thing that a preacher does. It's no different. Sell you a bunch of dreams and hopes that turn into smoke, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Information is power.
Now, let me show you something. In my conclusion for tonight, and I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us tonight. I've already went over this part right here about the occupancy policy. Let me go into this area that I want to go into. Everybody, Honors has said this on his channel, and thank you for the super chat. Still Blue, $5 super chat. New to your channel, excellent commentary. Please repeat the contributions you've made to your young men, brother. Information man, keep your voice loud. Thank you very much, but I'm gonna give you a clap.
Thank you for the super chat.
Brother, a lot of people that follow me, they've heard me talk about this. I don't brag. I don't run around bragging saying I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But there are things that I do, I have done in the community over my years. I'm 55 years old, so I've done a lot of work over my years since the time I was in my 20s, the 30s, and 40s. A lot of work that I've done. Whether this is the thing, and I've been on panels within the black part of YouTube. Where I've been on panels with guys where I've said, hey, even if you can't physically get involved in an organization or physically do the work of working with our black youth, have you donated to an organization that's helping doing the work that you can't do? And when I've been on panels with people like this, it gets as quiet as a rat pissing on cotton, right? Because this is the thing. Even if you can't physically get involved with working with our youth, you don't have the time or the tools to physically mentor them, right? You don't want to necessarily have the time to be involved in an organization. Why not support an organization that's doing the work that you may not be able to physically do yourself? So, for example, my main man, George Makem, Urban Nerds Worldwide. Check that out. Urban Nerds Worldwide. Put that in your search bar. You'll see the website. On there, he don't get on his channel begging people. He basically show you what he's doing. He has a channel called Urban Nerds Worldwide YouTube channel. Okay. Urban Nerds Worldwide YouTube channel where he shows you what he's doing with youth. And he simply just says, check out the website. They make merch, beautiful merch with the logo. I should have wore the shirt tonight because I support the brother's program. And every time you buy the merch, you're supporting the program and you get a real tax write-off. You ain't getting no real tax write-off with Umar Johnson. Matter of fact, have any of you in the chat room ever heard of anybody who donated money to Umar and actually got a tax write-off? I'll wait. Because I know you haven't. I know you haven't heard of anybody who's gotten an actual tax write-off. I'll be shocked if you have. Just Bobby Bowman gave me another super chat. Thank you, brother.
Thank you for the super chat.
I've been doped by people before. This subject is important. Very important, brother. Thank you. 06 to you, too, as well. Now, Kiwana, I don't know if I'm saying that name correct. I hate messing up names. I'm not great with names, but you gave me another super chat for $4.99. You say the stuff he talks about is not research based. It's all sentiment. Right. Well, remember what China Fox said. She said that a lot of the stuff that Umar Johnson is talking about is the stuff that people talked about in the 90s. There's no update to what he's talking. Everything that Umar talks about, I've already heard people talk about that. I've already heard that speech before. That's a 1990s outdated speech. Umar Johnson hasn't improved his material. Umar Johnson is like an old R&B singer where he's still singing the same old music from years ago, but he's got no new material to sing to you. That's Umar Johnson, y'all. Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
Tell the truth.
Now, let me bring this to your attention as I get ready to end this tonight. I want to show y'all something. Remember, Lennon Honor said that in Philadelphia, the people in Philadelphia don't mess with Umar. Do y'all know the truth behind Umar? You know he was with that organization called the IUNA, the IUA or the UNIA, United Negro Improvement. I think it's the UNIA. If I'm not saying that correct, correct me in the chat room. I think it's the UNIA. Isn't the UNIA, the UNIA, thank you. The UNIA is an organization that was created by Marcus Garvey, right? Am I right or wrong? You know that Umar was involved in that organization in Philadelphia. They kicked him out. They showed him his walking papers. How many of y'all know that? Put sevens in the chat room. And the reason why they kicked Umar out because he was trying to take over the organization. He was trying to He was disrespecting the elders. The elders were the ones that were in charge. Umar couldn't wait his turn in leadership, and he did everything he could to try to undermine the elders. And even the elders said that they would have given Umar an opportunity to be a leader in the future, but he wasn't patient. So as a result of his treachery to elders, and he acts like he respects he's always talking about how he respects the ancestors and the elders. He's full of crap. He didn't even respect the elders of the UNIA. And as a result, he got kicked out. It was even in the paper. The UNIA printed a paper talking about getting rid of Umar Johnson and the stuff that he was doing. Look it up if you're not taking, I'm telling the truth to y'all. Look it up. Umar Johnson at one point in time allegedly was either working in a school as a psychological evaluator, right? To do psychological evaluations on the children. And he also got his walking papers in Philadelphia from that job. The only job he's had because the man don't have no job today. Umar Johnson, the so-called best psychologist, allegedly was let go in a job in which he was misdiagnosing, allegedly, I'm saying allegedly, it was alleged that Umar Johnson was misdiagnosing the children. Now, let me show you how much mud he is in Philadelphia. Let me put this up. I want y'all to look this up for yourself when you get a chance on Facebook. This is called Philly Black Biz. Philly Black, BLACKBIZ, PHILLY. That's the page, the page that they have on Facebook. I found this on Facebook, and the people in Philly ain't messing with Umar. It's the truth. This is what they said about him on the Philly Black Business page. Everything that I'm going to read to you slowly, we're going to conclude after I finish reading this tonight. It holds truth. Philly Black Business said this. 1, Jamal Shoemake, a.k.a. Umar Johnson, was not ever a community activist. The community in Philly does not support or engage with him at all. The community in Wilmington does not have any association or relationship with him. That's true. Look at how he talked to those kids. He's only been a burden on both. He's only been a burden on both the community of Philadelphia and the community of Wilmington. Black Magic gave me another super chat of $20 saying, tell the truth. Thank you. Tell the truth. Let's get through this. Everybody. This is very important. What I'm reading, this comes from the community, y'all. the support of engaging with him. Check this out. In Philly does not support or engage with him at all. The community in Wilmington, I read that part right there. He does not do any programs, services, or even investment with his own money of any black businesses or the first black business for him to mind his family. That's true, y'all. Think about it. Now, check this out. He does not and has not raised care for or been present in his own children's life. That's a fact because his daughter has come out and called him out. He has not even been a parent. Parenting. 2, this is what the folks, the elders, called a long con. Those scams to constantly and continuously exploit and drain black people emotionally, lower their stats compared to his self-inflated stats, and drain their wealth, their wallets. There is no operating school and has not ever been one, just 2 duplicated skid road buildings, 2 dilapidated buildings with contaminant water. Because remember, I told you he brought these buildings in an area that's a browning zone, environmental problems there. Contaminated water and mold that the EPA has deemed hazardous, that's facts, that are on the vacant property listing. 3, no one anywhere ever requested or tasked Umar to open a school. This is his own dream and idea. He has not even invested his own projects. He has not even put up the capital to fund his own ideas and dreams. He constantly he demands others donate and fully fund his dream that he himself does not sacrifice to support financially and show no gratitude for the donations. He has even shown contempt to donors that pay $10, telling them next time make it $20, or are you so lazy, as the reason why he got PayPal, or I need millions. Y'all are going to give it to me. We can go outside. Tell the truth. Here's the last one I'm going to read to y'all before we end the show tonight. He travels around the world. You know, every damn thing that's being said in this Facebook post that's written by Philly Black Biz, which is, you can look this up on YouTube yourself. I mean, not on YouTube, on Facebook. This is all truth and y'all know it.
Tell the truth.
He travels around the world eating, soliciting women, chasing, delegating black people, disgracing black people, right? Lewd, sex, objectifying normal things inside hypocritical scenarios of a whole. He'll engage parents to then worst possible outcomes. That's right, per his mindset. He did not provide a business plan and has no business administration acumen, project management, contractors, skills himself to even know if he selected competent people to build an institution of learning to the scale he has been deceiving people. He would produce no operating budget, no inspections approved, no insurance, no facilities, no staff, no accreditation, but $500 tuition. He said, so this is a school of excellence that will be unaccredited. That's crazy, y'all. And the graduates would have to take supplemental courses like GEDs to get a real diploma to meet state emissions requirements if they want to.
Tell the truth.
Once again, it's Philly Black Biz, Black with B-I-Z, Biz, Philly, Philly, BlackBiz. Go to Facebook, look up their page. Now, when I found this because somewhere on their page, someone put a comment from their page about Umar. They don't mess with Umar in his own damn city. Need I say any more tonight? Is that the crescendo of tonight's show? Thank you, everybody in the house, everybody that's been here tonight. I want to thank you very much for giving me this support tonight. It's been a hell of a night, a hell of an evening. Everybody, Miss Aim 42, Blinding Lights, Golden Child 11, Nick Ray, God's Child 111, Malcolm, Please Touch Grass, everybody, Still Blue. Thank you for the super chats as well. Queen, I Know I Am. Sincerely, Sincere is in the house. What's going on, Sincere? Sincere is in the house. Thank you, my sister, for coming in the house. Yalpo, thank you for the super chat tonight. Thank you. Great show. Mrs. IRL told me great show. Thank you. Red Squid X-Files. Check out his channel. The brother's deep over there. Reigning Woman is coming in the house. MZ, Kim Bling and Bar is in the house. Miss Independent. VIP RK, thank you. The Gray Pill Podcast, check out his podcast. Brother is great over there. Philly Taylor is in the house. Home of the official Purge. Okay, thank you very much, RY. I hope you enjoyed the show. Let me know if you enjoyed the show. Was I on fire? Was I on point tonight? Make Love is in the house. Mojo Blue Magic is in the house. Was I on point tonight? I'm not new to this Umar stuff. I'm true to this. I've been following Umar and doing Umars about Umar for many years. Now, Lennon Honors, he's the expert. He's got a lot of receipts. He's got a lot of stuff. He's the man. He's in a whole category by himself. But I'm not too shabby myself, y'all. What do y'all think?
Tell the truth.
We got Last Call saying great show. That's my brother Last Call. We got Queen Being. Thank you for being here. My man Red Squad X-File says much so. Okay, thank you. We got Sunshine Frank in the house. We got R.A. saying yes. We got Scam Lightly in the house saying dust. And yes, and Scam Lightly, you my brother. Scam Lightly, check this out. Umar Johnson is dusty and you know it. He real dusty. He's real dusty and you know it. He's real dusty and you know it. Clap your hands. We got Queen I Know I Am been following me for years, and Golden Melanin been following me for years. Miss Monica's been following me, gave me great super chat tonight. Middle Finger is in the house. Thank you all. Philly Taylor, everybody. Keith Cunningham is in the house. I just want to give everybody some respect for coming over. I know it's late for people all across the country. A lot of us got to get to our JOBs the next day, but you know what? I appreciate you so very much, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Information Man show. And this is how we do it over here. Now, keep this in mind, everybody. Yes, I do cover stuff about Umar and will continue to cover stuff about Umar every time he gives us more content to work on, right? We're going to see this whole thing through. But keep this in mind. Not only do I cover content about Umar, I cover content that has everything to do with what's going on within the Black community, what's going on within social media, what's going on in national news as it relates to Black people and issues that impact us. So keep that in mind. I know you love the Umar videos, but definitely support the other videos that I'm going to be putting out as well. I really would appreciate that. With that said, everybody, have a great night. Let's get ready to get out of here. This is the way it is, everybody. Peace. 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 Everybody enjoy it. Thank you. All 200 of you, 1,400 people in the house. All of you. Peace. Have a good night.
listening to the Information Man Show. Yeah, Information Man, tell the truth, tell the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, the whole nothing but the damn truth. Good night, everybody.
Timothy, it's time to take over.